Once upon a time, I bought a Nissan 350Z that was wrecked, abandoned, and the most disgusting car I've ever seen. Not even an idiot would touch this thing, let alone think about trying to rebuild it. Welcome to Elsie's World. I'm Michael Elsie, and I love to punish myself, so let the games begin. I just bought this car sight unseen.
We still don't see it. No good car is found out in the woods like this. You know there's a reason why cars are in the woods, right? It's like where they go to die.
Why?
Like, you don't usually buy a car out of the woods. That's where you take a car when you're done with it.
We need to put some protective gear on before we go down under, because it's down and it's under a lot. Come on, let's see.
It's a terrible idea. Snake! Does this car run?
It ran when parked.
Well, this is not parked.
It looks like it fell.
It's your idea, man.
Good thing about being out here super early is all the wildlife is still asleep.
The
right touch.
First problem.
Oh, look, someone else has beat us to the punch here. Oh man, look at the headrest. Ugh. Dude. Oh god, look at the ashtray.
Look at all the webs in there. Look at the...
Is that cigarettes? We got a smoker. Oh, dude. Oh, this is...
But it smells like locker room. Oh, but at least it's an automatic. That's what you want, an automatic. It's like an animal urinal.
It's $500. I can make money off this. Most 350Zs in good shape are like $8,000.
You don't make money off this. It's stuck.
Wait.
Because why would it...
Oh,
it's rare. Look at that.
That's custom. Let's check the oil.
It's got something in it.
It's got
some oil.
It's got oil, so we're gonna...
You know what? Can I have $500?
For what?
If you're throwing money away, I'll take $500. Don't you have an accounting degree?
Well, it's a minor in accounting.
You can get $200 for this scrap. You might could get your $500 back.
I forgot to tell you, it's got a clean title. Look, it looks better already. Let's see if it runs first. We can put a little juice on the battery. It's got belts on it. It's got oil. It's got coolant. And guess what? It's green. Not supposed to be green. Green coolant in this car. Oh. It smells like high school in here.
Mm-hmm. What?
I didn't even turn the key.
Now it's worth the money.
It doesn't sound good. Dude, it cranked right up. I did not touch the key and it just cranked. Whew. It smells like straight gas.
Like hamsters in the ignition.
It's scuba diving.
Yeah. What'd you say about it running?
It runs.
Yeah.
All we have to do is get up to the hill.
That's it. That's all we gotta do.
What happened?
Nothing happened.
This might have been a bad idea.
Yeah. I wish I'd said something.
Is there a tree up there?
There's like a bunch of trees.
We just need a running start. It's not running good. It runs. It runs. The tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that tree.
You know what? I'm gonna try to put some fresh gas in it.
That's what you think?
Yeah. I'll put some fresh gas in it.
Okay, yeah. This car should be called Bless His Heart.
This is everyone's Tokyo Drift dream. I mean, come on, like Tokyo Drift. This car was gangster, right? This car was dope. And
that's how old it is.
It's what, 8 years ago?
No, 21. What? 21 years ago? Did you turn it off?
No.
Did you turn it off?
You're gonna be the first one that tries to buy this from me.
Promise I'm not.
Maybe it'll run a little better. It smells really old. This isn't going well.
No.
There's gotta be a way to turn this traction control off. If it would just go.
Think you're hung up? Left.
There's our problem.
Go, 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 go.
I'm pretty sure Bigfoot parked this out here.
Bigfoot's a car thief. Go, 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 go! Those your windshield wipers?
That's why it cool down.
Whoa! All right. This is one of those times where we almost had it out of the woods.
Thank you, dad joke of the century.
Good, good. You're the one.
Remember in Christmas Vacation when he has the mental breakdown?
Yeah.
Do we have any eggnog? What the heck just happened? See, this is why you don't use the green coolant.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, I thought the radiator cap just popped off. Like I didn't have it tight, but it's still on there. So do you think do you think this was a good deal? 500 bucks?
How much fun did you have trying to get it from there to here? Because that would have been, maybe that's a $500, ticket. So they.
Oh. We're good.
What do you mean we're good?
Come here. Come on in. Come on in. That's that's broken. Ow. That goes to that hose. It just broke.
Okay.
That's it. It's just a hose.
Okay.
Someone's got to make an upgrade for that cooling hose. Thankfully, that's all it was. So we're gonna upgrade all the cooling hoses. Are you not feeling?
No, I just don't think it's a cooling hose. It's just the assessment's a little. I mean,
this isn't looking good. This doesn't look good. So the budget for this is roughly $4,000. I believe we can double our money here. All right, I think we're gonna have to pull this out.
sounds like a plan.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
You didn't need that front bumper anyway, right?
There's no tow hook, so I didn't really have a choice, but that front bumper was already compromised. At this moment, I was feeling very defeated and that maybe I should have my car buying privileges revoked. But our first victory was accomplished because we did successfully drag this car out of the woods. Let's go to the shop with this thing and get it going, all right?
Sure. Yeah. Let's.
All right, let's do it.
I'm down.
Well, that was way more dramatic than I wanted it to be. We got a nice funnel, that's good. The tools here, it's disgusting. How are cigarette butts back here?
They like little Virginia Slims too.
Can you smoke those with your left hand? What kind of watch is that?
It's not a Rolex. Pretty sure.
It says Quartz Embassy. Dude, if I can't get the seat to slide, that's gonna be a real problem.
Where's it gonna slide to?
I need to get it out so I can clean under it. Oh. Look in the center console back there.
Oh! Oh, hey.
Oh, there.
When's the last time? Wait. McDonald's does not make this like this anymore.
What year is that from?
This is 08.
No way.
This is an 08. It's a hash brown. Some Jet Pep.
Oh, regular strength caffeine. You can just take caffeine pills?
Yeah.
What is wrong with this country?
Bypass the coffee.
Oh, it is seized. Oh, it's working. No! No! Why? Oh!
What?
There might be a snake under there. I don't know, man. How do you even save this? I don't even know where to start.
Wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more. This floor mat can come out. Ugh. Ugh. Dude. A bunch of rats ate the front of it. Is that a cat?
It's like a whole, it's making a whole new cat.
Oh.
Whoever had this car wasn't healthy.
I mean,
Between the McDonald's, the cigarettes, the caffeine pills.
dude, this thing got hammered. I think the suspension's bent. We're gonna have to check that. Everything's here. It's unmolested.
Oh.
Go. I don't think I'm gonna be able to eat for like 2 days after this. This might have been a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never claimed to be smart. I bit off a lot here.
This smells like that one ant that you have, the single ant that like smokes.
Dude, no way. There's no way. Oh, have a look, guys. Come on in, everybody. Somehow this car kept getting worse the more we dug into it, and after rebuilding the million-mile Lexus for my friend Tavares, and my wife just gave birth to our second baby girl, I was looking for an easy project to do here on the channel, but it's safe to say this is not going to be that easy project I was looking for.
Maybe you can run like a contest on how many cigarette butts were actually in this car.
I mean, how much money in cigarettes is that? That's got to be more than we paid.
First of
for the
all,
car.
I think that there's over 100 already.
All right, how about this? Cast your votes below in the comments. How many cigarette butts do you think we find in this? Also, if you're a sick person and like watching me struggle, hit the subscribe button.
Is that a nest?
A nest?
Right there. Yeah, what is that? What is that?
Dude, I don't... There's a yellow jacket on the camera. Oh, it's on you, dude. Watch out. It's literally a pile of
It's
dirt.
like a plant could grow in there.
Could, it is. This is a kid's science project.
Oh man, that's
Warheads.
look at that.
That is a throwback. Dude, there's a lot of money under here.
What do you think a detail shop would say? Are those ashes?
Yeah, that's what the bottom volcano looks like. How'd they get under the seat?
We just spilled it, you think?
How hard would it be to put it back where we found it?
I mean, we could just push it back down the hill. Congratulations, man,
Thanks for helping.
for your opportunity. Like anytime. There's nothing like defying the odds.
It's too late. I already bought it, man. It's here at the shop. I'm just gonna do it. So I'm gonna hammer down and let's see what we can do. This is the ultimate test here. Now that the destroyed seats are out of the way, I can now get all the trash out from under them. This is by far the most disgusting car I have ever seen. At this point, I decided to put the car inside the shop so that I could start fresh the next morning, but little did I know this Nissan has one more party trick up its sleeve that I have never experienced before. It is time to get you outside and cleaned up. Gotta jump it off. Forgot my jump box. You know, it's bad when you gotta use the million-mile. See, I told you! It just tried to start itself. Car's possessed. It literally starts itself. Anyone knows why that happens, let me know in the comments below. While the battery is charging up, I start removing body panels and all the cowl trim so I can thoroughly clean out the years of debris and buildup. Also, most of these body panels are getting replaced anyway, so it's better to get them out of the way now. What am I doing with my life? Well, you might be wondering, how do you turn off a car that won't turn off when you take the key out? This isn't good. I guess we'll start pulling fuses because we're running off alternator. Okay, let's try alternator? No? Okay, don't freak out. This thing? Ah, wow. So obviously this car was hit over here and we need to inspect for damages. I noticed that's not good. It looks like our lower control. Oh yeah, it blew out our lower control arm bushing. But this is a bolt-on bracket. It appears to have smushed that in. And check out the headlight. Then absolutely destroyed. Busted in half headlight, but it still works. So I know the bulb and ballast is good because these are the older HIDs. We can have a look under. It's clean. I don't see anything funny going on. I don't see any rust. These cars just hold dirt right here. That could rust. That's just holding moisture in that. feel like I can save this carpet, as crazy as that sounds. Something dented in the floor right here. Same as the million mile Lexus. But I don't see any holes, which is good. Looks okay. Little bit of surface rust. Oh. What do y'all think's on this card? More money to add to the budget? You know, it needs a little bit of cleaning up. Oh no! It got the floor here too. Look, that's kicked up. So I need to push that back down. This is my favorite part of a refresh. We got lots of parts here to pressure wash. The car is disassembled and ready to pressure wash. Look at this design. That wasn't the best of Nissan to put this false firewall there, because look how much stuff gets stuck down in there and you can't get it out unless you disassemble the car. Hello, Yellow Jacket. Let's get to scrubbing. And let's have a look at how this turned out. Yes, you are correct. There's going to be water all in the valley and all in my spark plug holes. That's okay. You'll see shortly why I don't care about that. It looks really clean down there. This turned out pretty nice. The paint is absolutely very rough. Can really see the damage on this door now. But overall, it looks really good if you get back far, but there's some sort of Yellow Jacket nest going on somewhere in there. Hey, look at this. Look how much better that is. See, I actually want to work on this now that I know there's not like mice hiding in there. If you're wondering how I'm going to clean this console, I'm going to take it apart. There's a bunch of screws. Look at all these spider webs. But I'm going to take it apart and dissect it to clean it so I can get all the little spots and all the little cracks and crannies, because this is the only real way to get them all. Like, there's more money in there too. If I pull this off, this is gonna be a very nice car when I'm done. Dude, this is worse than the Lexus. There's more. It's forest gunk. It's coming out. I think we're gonna be able to save a lot of this interior. The carpet is next. I got my UV light cleaner going full speed right here, and I have my other UV light cleaner right here, finishing off our center console. I'm really worried about whatever that is. I don't know if that stuff's ever gonna come out. I let the carpet soak in the cleaner for a while to help break up all the gunk and buildup, and then I begin pressure washing all of our problems away. It seems coffee, dirt, and cigarette tar have been this carpet's best friend the past few years, but it's time for them to have a little breakup. All right, I got the carpet hanging like a fresh slice of meat at a butcher. After letting the carpet dry out with a fan blowing on it, I then take it down and discover most of the cat hair is still lodged deep into the fabric. But I have just the right tool to make quick work of this. This is called the Spiral Tornado Air Blower Tool. I got it off Amazon for $40, and it uses compressed air and high-speed rotation to kick out any debris embedded into the carpet. This tool is clearly no gimmick, as you can see all the small stones dislodging themselves that even the pressure washer left behind. You can see the carpet does have permanent stains that cannot be cleaned out to my knowledge, so I now use carpet dye to bring the color of the carpet back to life. I simply put on a light coating and then rub it in with a microfiber to make sure that the dye seeps into all the weaves of the carpet. This carpet turned out amazing! I love this. This is very rewarding. Carpet dye is the greatest thing since sliced biscuits. But yeah, it looks great, man. Look at this. The dye is completely dried. This is the same carpet that had stuff growing in it, and it looks literally brand new. Carpet dye really brought this stuff back to life. These are the parts I'll be cleaning up next. It's time to shine it up a little bit. Come on, y'all. Come on. All right, on to the next. I use general purpose interior cleaner to help break down all the gunk and cigarette tar off the surfaces of the parts. Then I simply wipe them down with a microfiber towel, then go back over them with a protective interior dressing to make them shine and help protect these parts. This has been a lot of work. I hope this will inspire the millions.
Millions.
This thing is coming along so good. I hope y'all can see the vision that I see. In the words of Metallica, never say never. Or maybe that was Jack Sparrow. There's paint spilled all in this car. I mean, look. Before I reinstall the carpet, I go ahead and repair these dented up floor pans by massaging them out with a hammer and a block of wood. Now, the reason we use a block of wood instead of hammering directly onto the metal is the wood softens the blow just enough to not heavily distort the metal as it goes back into the original place where it once was. After this, I'll use an abrasive wheel to strip away all the rust and old paint and go down to bare metal, then reapply a primer and paint so that the rust will not come back. So this steering wheel is in bad shape, and I want to make this car way cooler than it was, so Nissan really doesn't want you to take the steering wheel off, so they use these security bits that have a hole in the center and it's a hex, so have to get a special tool for that. Let's see if we can get it off without stripping it. I have a feeling these are thread locked. A very helpful tip I forgot to mention here is if you are worried about stripping a bolt because of thread lock on it, you can heat up the bolt with a torch and it will help the thread lock break away. Yeah, that sounded bad. Hey, yep, blue thread locker. They always do this. They do not want you messing with the factory airbag. We're gonna do just that. We gotta get the center out and then we can take the whole steering wheel off. Just have to break this 19mm nut loose. Lame Nissan.
Skills.
Nissan. I want my horn to work and I actually don't know how to do that. We're gonna figure this out together. So let's get going. Let's see. There's our steering wheel and a bunch of parts and wires. Now this guy definitely just goes right here. I can see a little indentation here, so I believe that's like center to the rack. I have the front wheels going as straight as possible. Put this on and there's a little mark right here. So I'm gonna line that up. Typically the way the horns work is it's a completed ground circuit, so once you push the button, it's basically just completing a ground and letting the horn honk. I don't even know if the horn works on this car, but if this is correct, then the horn should honk when I connect these two. All right, our horn works. Now we just have to figure out how you put this on and this on, and this has to somehow, yeah. So I think this goes on like that, and one of the ground wires goes, oh, no, okay. I started doing what I do best, which is throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, and well, I found out that this quick release pushes the steering wheel way far back, so I end up mounting the steering wheel directly to the steering wheel adapter onto the steering column. I got it figured out. It's way more simple when you're not using a quick release. The horn doesn't work. What happens is this guy has to be grounded on that little ring. So that's why these were included. Once we have that on, it'll be grounded. So this just plugs in and that's it. Very simple. This is really neat. We got our legit Vertex steering wheel in this thing. Whoa. This headliner is covered in tar. That's all cigarette tar. We need to clean this headliner bad. Next order of business is removing the headliner so we can thoroughly and properly clean it.
Now,
Clean
I headliners outside of the car because you do have to get them wet, and I don't want any more gravity trying to separate the fabric from the fiberboard.
Whoa, what was that? Oh, it's touching me. Something holding it. Hey, can y'all do me a favor and let me know if you see anything up there? For our overhead light wire. Okay. That wasn't so bad. It's November. Why am I sweating? Let's see what we're working with. That's what it's supposed to look like. And that's what it looks like after many years of smoking and neglect. I went and spent $125 on a steam cleaner. I'm sure real detailers have been screaming at the TV watching this. I'm slowly upgrading equipment here.
As I start to use my new toy, I quickly realize how bad I've messed up by not getting one of these sooner. It heats up the material so fast with steam, it just melts away this dirt and tar. Now, I did use the general purpose interior cleaner, again to help loosen up all of the debris before hitting it with the steam cleaner. I also purchased the wrong steam cleaner that does not have a vacuum attachment while steaming it, so I have one of those on order for next time. I'm sure we'll be seeing that here soon. For the really stubborn spots, I found what works best is hitting it again with the interior cleaner, scrubbing it in with the light brushing, and then hitting it again with the steam cleaner, and repeat this process until you're happy with the results.
We have a really bad dent right here, and I want to hammer it out from the bottom and be able to dolly it from the top, but hopefully there's no structure under here to where we can actually do that. So, no, why? So there just so happens to be a brace right there. I think I can still get to it. It's just not going to be as easy. All right, so there is a hole to where I can get barely under this dent, but I kind of need three hands. I need to hold the dolly around the outside of the dent and then push the center. That way it doesn't raise all the metal with it. I'm going to try to carefully do this from the inside.
I was really wanting to stay on task and only work on interior right now, but while the headliner is out, I needed to take care of this dent.
It just barely needs to come up, so I'm gonna get my PDR stick and go from the bottom. Here's my PDR stick. Yeah, I need to get more tools. So the problem is, this is the area we're working with, so I have to sneak it up in there. Patience is key here. We're actually almost there. Ah.
It's always the smallest dents that give you the most trouble, but now it's time to finally put the carpet back in and start getting most of our interior back in this 350Z. And man, does it look good. It's still too early to celebrate because there is still paint all over some of this interior that we have to get off next, but thankfully we now have a steam cleaner, so let's see what this thing can really do.
That paint was no match for the steam cleaner. This door is so clean. Wow, that was a whole lot of gunk. Just need some dressing now. All right, so this is our B-pillar trim, and it's covered in tar, which it's kind of hidden on the black surface, but there is paint all over this too, like our door panel.
Now it's finally time to get this headliner back into the car, which is a whole lot of fun by yourself. And then after that, we have to steam clean these seat belts as well because they are quite disgusting, and that's one of the first things you touch when you get in the car. The paint seems to have been very heavily soaked into these seat belts, so this takes a lot of time and repeating our steps over and over to melt away the paint out of this seat belt. You can see now with every pass of the steam cleaner, more white paint comes out and is very heavily visible on our bucket. That means we're making progress slowly but surely. I purchased new support struts for the hatch since the old ones have completely failed, and unlike the previous owner, I would rather not use PVC pipe to support the hatch and potentially crush me one day.
get these seats in here next. One of the best parts about this 350Z and being a popular tuner car is a lot of companies are making really cool parts like this seat bracket that will help us to mount our aftermarket seat. This goes in like so. It's complicated, but I could make this. I could easily make this out of flat stock steel, but the fact that these two brackets were only $90, so that's gonna save a ton of time.
Mounting aftermarket seats used to be very complicated, but thanks to my partners at Holley Performance, I'm able to use their RaceQuip seat brackets that bolt right up to the side of the seats. Then I simply drill holes and bolt them to the brackets that I just showed you in the car.
Oh yeah, look at this. I love it. Oh, that's awesome. The blue seats are just popping against the black. Look at that. Woo! Look how low they sit too. Got plenty of headroom here. That'll be really nice.
Even the glass has cigarette tar baked into it, so I have to scrub it very heavily to remove all of this. Another quick tip, you may notice I'm using newspaper to clean the glass. That's because the ink in the paper helps to prevent streaks. I don't know how, but it just works.
All right, I splurged again a little bit. I've always wanted these really cool checkerboard, Japanese-inspired floor mats, and I finally got them. I needed new mats anyways. I could have cleaned the other ones, but they were just never gonna be right.
You may have noticed I didn't bother cleaning the automatic shifter. That's because the whole shifter assembly will be going into the garbage can, but we'll get more into that later.
It looks like there's actually hope for this Nissan 350Z. Let's keep going. We're gonna save this car. This engine and transmission need to come out, so we're gonna start pulling parts off, and let's measure this front end. And look at these hood hinges. They are tacoed real bad. It won't even close because it's hitting right here. Look at this hinge. That thing is twisted. See where all the paint's broken away right here? This is definitely bent. You can see how pushed in it is right here. So I'm actually gonna measure this strut towers and make sure that we're okay here. And to do that, we're gonna use this tram gauge. And how this works is we find a hole, such as one right here, and there is the same hole over here. These are called chassis measuring points, like the fender bolt. You can actually use a bunch of different holes, such as that one on the back of the strut and that one on the back of the strut tower there, and just use as many measuring points as you can.
I was able to get the exact measurements and which holes Nissan wants you to measure to make sure that the unibody is square. Now make sure you check with your vehicle manufacturer for the exact procedure if you want to check your car at home. I really wanted to do this since the car was in a front-end collision, just to have that peace of mind. Even though the damage doesn't look that bad, you never know.
Just took a bunch of simple, easy measurements and we're good. As you saw, I just went from hole to hole and just jumping back and forth. The only measurement that was slightly off was right here, is slightly further back than over there, which this bracket can be to blame. So I'm not worried about that because this bracket can be replaced and that'll take care of that measurement. But our strut tower looks nice and square. We are going to remove the engine and transmission as one whole assembly from this Nissan. So let's get this show on the road.
First step for removing the engine is actually to remove the body panels, headlights, and the radiator support. The reason I do this is it makes engine removal so much easier, which you will see here shortly. And on top of that, I want to clean and inspect all these parts anyways.
Nice and graceful. So you're probably wondering, why did I take the intake manifold off when we're just trying to get the engine out? Well, the reason is I want to do a leak down test on this engine while it's in the car. And it'll just be easier to do right now. With the VQ engine, it's very crammed in here and there's a gajillion hoses, bolts, things, stuff. So this way we can actually get to the spark plugs, and these valve cover gaskets are leaking like the Titanic. I'm not good at analogies. So it's leaking really bad, and to change these valve cover gaskets, we have to get the intake manifold off. It's better to get it off now and get going on it. So now I'm trying to get all of these coil packs out of the way. It's a very tight squeeze in here. But now we're gonna check the health, the pulse of this engine. And to do so, we need to remove our coil packs and spark plug. And I want to show you guys something really cool that I found a while back. This is called a top dead center whistle. Always wanted a weenie whistle for Christmas. Thank you, Neil. So what we're gonna do, they come with grease on them. So what we're gonna do is we need to spin the engine over to the compression stroke. The compression stroke is where you get pressure. And we wanna see how much pressure is in these cylinders. The best way to do that is to put it on the compression stroke and do a cylinder leak down test with a cylinder leak down tester. Now, I got that on number 1, and we are gonna turn the engine over. You gotta do the rotation of the engine correctly. And I think these engines spin over clockwise. So, once it stops whistling, that means it's not pushing pressure. So it stopped right there. Theoretically, it should be at the top of a compression stroke. Now, we take this back out, and it's got some fresh oil on it. No, I'm kidding. And we are gonna get this guy. Now this is similar to a compression test, except this will tell us if there's any leaking of the valves. So this way, we just know if the valves are healthy, and we're gonna run compressed air in and compare our gauges. All right, I got it at top dead center. I have a wrench holding our crankshaft so it doesn't try to spin the engine over. And we're gonna pump this up to 100 PSI and then measure our leak down. Hopefully it's between 0 and 10. 10 to 20 is okay, and then over 20, we got problems. It could be a piston ring. You can actually hear it come through the intake manifold or exhaust manifold, or exhaust itself out of the back of the car, which means an exhaust valve is leaking. If an intake valve is leaking, we'll hear it out of the intake valve. Pretty cool, right? Pretty simple, right? And then we're going to crack her open. And we're rapidly approaching 100. Oh, whoa. So we're gonna get it up to 100 very carefully. And we're at 100, and look at that. We are under 10% leak down on this engine. That means this baby is healthy. You can hear that noise. It's just that's the 9% leaking, which is normal. Totally normal. And that's it. So I'm gonna repeat that step for all 6 cylinders. And this makes me very happy with my $500 purchase. Time to continue on. Let's make sure this baby's healthy. That pierces my brain. Oh, that one's real happy. Oh my God. I found our power steering cap.
Look at that. That is.
I had this one off the Supra. That doesn't even fit it. I was about to order one of these. They're like not free. All right, I just got number 5 in. I think I said my cylinder numbers wrong. It's 135246 on the right side. Yeah. But yeah, so they all look good. And that's good news. We got fresh plugs in it. And now it's time to pull the engine out. Once again, we need to go down under the 350Z to get the Driveshaft, exhaust, shifter, all that fun stuff out, which is so much fun to do without a lift. So let's go under. All right, so we got our O2 sensors unplugged. We got to undo these exhaust bracket bolt things. I've had these soaking in penetrating oil, and I hope they don't strip out, because that's going to be the hard part. This might be a 14 mil. Yeah. I think that's a 13. There it goes. This thing will take a wheel off. Yeah. That's either really seized or that's like a welded nut onto this flange. So that socket's gonna stay there for a little while. Good news, bad news. The good news is I can get to this bolt right here. Check it out. I already have my socket on it. So this is 1/2 inch because I'm not playing around. And we're gonna go right there. The bad news, there's a bolt like under there, and I don't know how we're gonna get to it. It's, yeah, you can't even see it, but it's under this socket right now. But let's see if this one comes out. I'm gonna have to lose an extension to try to get it some more torque. We're gonna use an impact socket. I need more tools. Hey, it's out. Okay, we're good. It brought the whole stud out again. Glorious. I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket. I'm just kidding. I don't freaking gamble. That's why I buy cars in the woods.
Now that the manifold bolts are removed from the top side, I go back down under the car to get the remaining bolts out.
All right, I got my mega extension. The longer the extension, the more torque you lose on it. But I've actually soaked those bolts in PB Blaster, so maybe they'll come off. Hey, we got it off. Okay. There's one, so there's 3 bolts holding the
I guess you would call the catalytic converter pipe on to the exhaust manifold. There's one. And we're gonna get the one facing downwards on this side with my mega extension here. No, it's not coming. Come on, baby. We got it. Okay, so it brought the whole stud out. Actually needs to come out a hair more. Please don't strip. Oh yeah, look. It brought the whole stud out. You can't do this in Hollywood, okay? This is only in Birmingham, Alabama. Another little trick, don't just take it off. Take your socket on and off, or that nut will get stuck in your socket, and that really sucks. Like that socket up there, that's now a part of the car. We're gonna have to write that one off. Look at all that rust. And this is a southern car. If this thing was up north, it'd be fried. All right.
How you feeling, Mike?
You know, this is my favorite part, said nobody. Yeah, this is actually a really good spot to take a nap.
All right. I'm gonna show you a little hack here. You notice my AC condenser is just hanging out right here. I'm actually gonna unbolt the AC compressor and leave the whole AC system in the car. And the reason I do that is because my AC machine, that's right over there, yeah, I don't have one. So I can't evacuate the AC. So a little hack is we're gonna leave it fully pressurized and just move it out of the way. Make it easy so we don't have to unplug the whole wiring harness from the engine. I unplugged the 7 plugs under the dash, and we have 3 connectors right here. Hey, and check it out. The engine harness rides with it, so the rest of the plugs can stay plugged in. As long as I'm not forgetting anything, we should be good to pull it out. Another really bad thing about these engines, there's no good way to pull these out. I have a way that I'm gonna do this. I just don't know what that is yet.
After analyzing, I found strong lift points that are capable of supporting the weight of the engine and transmission, the 1/4-inch steel bracket on the front, and the exhaust manifold on the rear.
That should work.
Feeling confident there is nothing else holding this drivetrain down, I'll slowly remove it while checking for any stray bolts or wires.
This is air over hydraulic ram. Thank you, Amazon. Work hard and smart. You know, the strap could go. It's fine, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, that's not good. The exhaust is not wanting to break free, but the seal's been broken, so I should be able to pry it off now. It just needed a little bit of wiggling. That's a little sketchy. Don't try this at home. All right, I think I got the exhaust broke loose. There we go. And the exhaust fell off. I'm not getting old, I'm good. My back feels good. Yeah, the right side exhaust was hung up. Where's my 10 millimeter? Let our AC bracket get a little bit more room to breathe. This isn't easy. Oh, okay. I think we're getting somewhere now. We had a bad engine mount. It's ripped. I think everything is unhooked. We're looking good. We should be homeward bound, home free. Ah! Yes, dude.
You son of a
Look at this. That transmission's huge. We got it out. Oh my gosh. See, that wasn't so bad. It only took 17 days, 4 nights. Check this out. This is a very tight engine bay. It's a little bit greasy, so we need to clean that. Hey, and that's our hose that exploded on us last episode, if you were there. Wow, this calls for a little bit of a celebration, but I feel really good about this. Let's take a little nap, just a little nap, and we'll start back tomorrow. And I think tomorrow we need to do a manual conversion on this. Right here, next to Dale, we have a 6-speed manual transmission out of a 350Z. This is a used transmission I got from my friend who got from a guy on Facebook Marketplace. So he said it was good, so you know it's good. This is exciting. It's out. And it's healthy, it's out. The stupid automatics going bye-bye. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning, we are back at the shop and it is time to take this transmission off and get this filthy engine cleaned up and do our manual conversion. This is gonna be very easy, thankfully, so yeah. We need to unbolt the torque converter so it comes off with the transmission. If you don't do this, it's gonna make a big mess and you still have to get up under here and do it. So we're gonna remove this inspection plate. I got the bolts off, and now we'll rotate the engine over until we can see the bolts coming through here. All right, we got all of them off. There's a total of 4 torque converter bolts. These are 14mm head. I think these are like M8s, but these connect the flex plate to the torque converter. The torque converter spins around and does some witchcraft and makes the automatic transmission turn. But we get rid of that for a clutch, which you control with your foot. It's way more fun that way. Now, it should come off happily, and no fluid shall be spilled in the making of this video.
Yummy.
What's that ride at Disneyland where it's like you're in an old haunted house? Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror, that's it. Yeah. We're on a real life Tower of Terror. There's so many bolts.
Mike, you sure you just don't want to put this back in the woods?
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Maybe that's just where it belonged, Mike.
There's not a second.
Sometimes you just can't mess with nature, and I think this might just be one of those times.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Whoa!
Dude, that thing,
Oh.
how long was that living in this engine? So many wires.
Mike, the more I look at this, the less I feel like we can make that clean.
It's fine. It builds character, just like...
I mean, we've been staring at this for a minute, and I'm not saying I'm not saying it's impossible,
Well,
but I might be saying it's impossible.
it should all come off for the most part. It's fine. This is a lot of work. It's not as bad as the interior. All right, last bolt, and this should come right off. Should come right. Wow, that's heavy. Should work smart. So now the transmission's just gonna come right off the engine. There we go. All right, it broke loose. I need to make sure the torque converter comes off with it. So we already have enough oil on the floor. It's the transmission cooler lines are, you know, they don't want to let go. Knock on wood. Oh no, it's leaking. All right.
It really wants to be an automatic, Mike.
If you want to see me struggle, this is not the video for you. There we go. All right. Hey, there it goes. You're free. Why? Let go. All right. Now, we're good. See what I was saying? We're about making a mess. We made a little mess.
With the automatic transmission and this flex plate removed, I'll now take the wiring harness off next, then the engine can be pressure washed with no obstructions in the way.
Oh! I did not expect that to go that well.
I still got it in me. I still got it, just a little bit.
So the first step, we are gonna tape up this intake runner to make sure no water gets into our valves. But even if it does, it's okay because we're gonna blow all this out. And actually, after we pressure wash, I'm removing this runner and pressure washing it separately. It's just way easier to keep water out of it like this. So this is actually a 3.5 liter V6 engine with 4 camshafts. Actually makes pretty good power. I believe they make about 270 wheel horsepower, and the torque is kind of right up there with it. So for a factory engine, it's not that bad, especially in 2003 and 4. This is actually a pretty impressive engine, and it has just enough torque and power to really do what you want it to do, but it's not too much. So like, it's all usable street power. Yeah, I mean, they're just such good engines. We got everything off. I'm weaving the coil packs in to help block water, but again, all this is getting blown out with a very special air blower I have. So now that all this is sealed up good, hopefully it stays sealed up. But again, if not, no worries. And if you ever worry that a lot of water got in the valves or cylinders, leave your spark plugs out when you put it back in the car and spin it over to let it shoot any water out, just so you don't bend any rods. We're looking good. I think we're ready to pressure wash this thing, and if we got any stubborn spots on this, I'm gonna hit it with a steam cleaner.
How's that easy clean coming along, Mike?
This stuff's like baked on here. Like, it's not coming good. So I got my new favorite toy out, the steam cleaner. Come on in, guys. Let's see.
Show me your office.
Let's see. This is the problem. Like, I know nobody's gonna see this, but it bothers me. So let's. Come on, get off of there. It's not coming off. It doesn't really matter, but I just like, I want it off. I want it like. Oh, look, there we go. Yeah. It's melting off now. Watch, I'm gonna make this transmission look beautiful, and then it's not gonna have any gears. All right, they are clean and steamed. Wined and dined. I'm gonna blow all the water off of it. There's no more grease or oil on it. Some of the aluminum's just stained and there's not much you can do about it. Got this nice long extension to get down in the spark plug holes. This stuff's like really baked on hard, and we don't have hot water in the shop, but what we do have is a hot water maker right here. So I'm gonna take this hot water and pour it into my spray bottle and then spray the cross member to use the heat from the water to break down this grease.
Great plan, Mike.
Whatever works. Whatever works. It's hot. And now we have hot water. Oh, look at that. Look at that. See, sometimes a squirrel finds a nut, or a nut finds a hot water producer. Oh.
There is a lot of oily buildup in the intake manifold and cylinder heads that you see here. The reason this happens is when your engine is running, it creates oil vapor in the crankcase and it must be vented. So it is recirculated back into the intake and burned off in the combustion chamber. When these oil vapors get mixed with fuel and small particles that the air filter did not catch, it causes this oily accumulation. To clean this out, I use a towel and aerosol parts cleaner. Then I blow it out with compressed air to make sure there's no debris or parts cleaner left over. Then I add a coating of WD-40 to prevent corrosion and to keep this stuff from sticking again.
All right, the valve covers are off and we finally have some good news. It looks like they stayed on top of their oil changes, because if they did not, there'd be oil buildup all over. These valve cover gaskets were definitely leaking. Over here looks good as well. And to get them to seal, we're gonna clean this surface very well. And you can see this is old silicone RTV that you use to seal up the cracks that are hard to seal. And see, that's still pretty pliable. It's not super dry, but all that's getting cleaned and replaced. So I did thoroughly clean out the cylinder heads where all that gunk buildup was. Our factory plenum here, I cleaned out thoroughly. Y'all remember it was very gunky. These are our metal gaskets. I've heard you can reuse these metal gaskets. The technology and tolerances of these newer engines is very tight, even in 2003, 2004. So I heard to help seal them up better, you can use spray paint. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I always wanted to try it. And with this engine, if it doesn't work, it's no big deal. I can take out the gajillion bolts and hate my life another day. But I want to see if we can reuse these gaskets, because it's such a waste to go spend $200 on a whole gasket set when you can reuse these and recycle them and not be wasteful. So we're going to try to do that. If they don't seal, we will know it immediately, because it will idle horribly and it'll run really rough. And man, this engine bay turned out so good. It's so clean. This is going to make this very nice to work on. Let's get to it.
I install the new valve cover gaskets and torque down the valve covers in a star pattern. The reason the star pattern is so common in the automotive world is it ensures even pressure distribution across the part you're bolting down, which minimizes the risk of warping, damaging a gasket, and uneven stress on the bolts that could strip out the threads. Next up, I thoroughly clean the metal gaskets to make sure the paint will stick to them. Then I paint them with a thick layer of paint and reinstall them before they have a chance to dry.
So one modification I'm gonna do, this is a water line. So this is hot water that comes into the throttle body, and then it goes out of the throttle body back into the water system right here. We are going to eliminate that and not have hot water rolling through the throttle body to preheat the air before it goes in the engine, because we want cold air to go into the engine. So we're gonna remove this hose and this hose, and we're gonna cap it off, and it'll also be way less clutter here in the engine bay, just further simplifying things here, so it'll be a happy engine. All right, so one last step I wanna take before putting this engine back in the car is cut open the oil filter with this really neat tool here that allows you to cut open the oil filter without using a saw, because if you use a saw, it's gonna add metal shavings to your oil filter. We're trying to make sure there's no metal shavings in this filter from the engine, not the tool. So this allows us to very cleanly cut open this filter to inspect it for metal shavings. So see, nice and clean cut. This is it. Looks really good in here. I don't see any metal buildup. I think we're gonna be good to get this engine back in the car, but first, we need to bolt up a clutch, a flywheel, a transmission that we can shift on our own. This is the factory pilot bearing for an automatic. We need to remove that. I don't know where my slide hammer is to get that out, so I'm gonna try this guy and see if we can spin it on out of there. Where there's a will, there's a way. So I just spun this out with some kind of pipe wrench that I have. That was not the easy way of doing this. We need to put the factory manual transmission pilot bearing in here. Inside here, you can tell there's a big difference between the automatic and manual. We're not just gonna hammer this in. We're gonna use this brass piece to push it in. This is way softer than this. So if anything gets marred up, it'll be this guy, because we don't need this getting marred up. That went in too easy. Why is this thing not fighting me right now? Why is things just working out? This is great. All right. We got our nice new flywheel, and you don't just go throw this on. Very important step right here. We have a little hole right here. This is a little keyway. And we have a little keyway right here. This has to go there. We'll have our crank angle sensor goes here, and it counts these teeth right here. And we are deep in the weeds right now, but that sensor tells the engine where it's at in the rotation, so that way the spark plugs will spark when they're supposed to, which means it's gonna ignite the cylinder when it's supposed to. So this is a very critical step. If you don't get this right, it'll never run right. Let's begin.
I now install the flywheel with brand new OEM Nissan flywheel bolts with a liquid thread locker so that they resist backing out over time. I then tighten the bolts in a star pattern, then torque them down to Nissan factory spec of 68 foot-pounds with an expensive snap-on torque wrench, because this is a tool that I do not want to cheap out on and ensure all the bolts are tightened to precision spec. New clutch and flywheels come with a light coating of oil on the bare metal friction surfaces to prevent them from rusting during storage and shipping. I use brake clean and a towel to remove this oil so the clutch will not slip. Then, same as the flywheel, I tighten the clutch pressure plate bolts in a star pattern, then use the torque wrench to tighten these bolts down. This is very cool because you can see the clutch teeth tighten up as the bolts are snugged.
This is one of the heaviest 6-speed transmissions, and my back feels really good. Look who just so happened to show up.
Just perfect timing.
This is this is gonna look a little comical, maybe. I hope my wife doesn't see this. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll get the front.
Front or back?
I'll get. All right. All right. Go up. Alright, kind of go up and down, just wiggle it in. God, this feels so awkward. Yeah! This is an Austin Powers moment right here. First off, I've never had one go on that easy. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Oh, hey, buddy. No pressure.
What's up?
Everyone that comes in the shop has to get in the Z and take a big whiff, a big smell.
Smells great.
Really?
I don't smell anything.
You smell nothing?
Smell nothing.
Okay, no one believes me that I got all the smell out.
Doesn't smell like cigarettes. Smells fantastic. It's like a new car.
All right, the engine is now ready to go back in the car. We simplified, we modified, nothing crazy. It's still gonna be a great, comfortable car to drive, but yeah, like this wasn't bad. This is a lot of fun. This is easy.
Oh yeah, easy. Like a couple hours turned into 1 a.m. and 10 hours in.
Look, okay, we were gonna be done at 5 o'clock, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm not going to sleep. Yes, it is very late in the shop. It is really, really late in the shop, but I want to hear this engine run. I'm gonna drop it in. We're actually not gonna hook up everything. A little hack that I do is I drop it in, and before I hook up all the coolant and everything, I just do the wiring and oil and make sure it runs right. Because if it doesn't and it needs to come back out, then we hooked up everything for no reason, like power steering and whatnot. So this engine is going in as is, and hopefully we hear this run tonight. It's in. All right. Very happy. Very happy.
What are you doing now, Mike?
I am hooking up our wiring harness. This is just the reverse of how we took it out. It's way easier to install now that everything's been broke loose. A lot easier putting it back in than it was taking it out. All right, I think we're ready to start the car. I'm just hooking up the vitals so we can make sure everything works. If it does, then we'll put, you know, coolant, power steering, hook up the exhaust and all that stuff. It is very late. I'm losing my voice, but I have to hear this car run. I don't know if I'm gonna have to hook up like a clutch cancel switch or something, or if the car is still gonna start itself. Pretty sure it has a remote start. Some of you guys pointed that out in the comments. Maybe a rat got it and shorted out wires. I don't know, but let's see what happens. Maybe I have to turn the key. Maybe we need a jump box. I didn't bring the jump box. Okay, so I don't have like the clutch cancel switch hooked up. Apparently it's this wire. I have to put power to it. So that's what I just did, and we're just gonna see if this works. So this bypasses what would normally be having to press down the clutch pedal, because this wasn't automatic. This might crank the car. It's a dead battery! Now we have to try to find a good battery. Okay, please start. Battery number 3. All right, so I want to start because the starter was just clicking, but you have to have the power wire hooked up to your starter for it to run. I'm not thinking straight. Let's try this. Come on, baby. It's running so smooth. It's actually not as loud as I thought with an open header. Mike, this seems like the opposite of getting this on the road. Yeah, well, when it was 3 a.m. and we put this thing in, I forgot to put new engine mounts on because both our old ones broke in half. We had a bad engine mount. It's ripped. So I'm having to take a little step back. All right. And, what are you doing? You don't like to have fun? I can't have fun in my own shop? Oh. I finally got these stock mounts loose. They're almost out, and I'm gonna show you a nice upgrade that we're gonna do. Because I have some free mounts that I have from a car. I've been hanging on to these for a really long time, and I'm finally gonna use them. But there's no free lunch because the mounts I have are not gonna go right in, so we actually have to modify my aftermarket engine mounts. Out with the old, in with the used. So I've had these engine mounts laying around waiting for a day like today. I can finally put these to use, but there's a problem. So this is our stock one. They're just pure rubber and they break and your engine will hit your hood. Not good. The reason they're rubber is it insulates all the sound and vibrations from coming into the cabin and shaking your teeth to death. So what I'm gonna do is upgrade it with, these have a polyurethane bush. It's a little bit of a tougher bushing, and if ever fails, it will not go through the hood. The problem is these thick boys are real tall, and this one is real short. So I'm gonna measure this out and it needs to be 100 millimeters. So I need to add that much. That's how much taller this mount needs to be. We could just put a longer bolt and stack a ton of washers, but that's going to eventually break the bolt. So we need to cut this and re-weld a plate in to make these taller. So that's where we're going to cut it. Goggles. The previous owner of this Nissan 350Z, their vice was Marlboro. We got a smoker.
What do you think a detail shop would say?
Mine is Wilton.
Now that our filler plates are cut to the proper length, it's time to make some sparks fly and weld them in.
Waiting for the knock to knock me out. Waiting for the knock to knock me out. Waiting for the knock. Coco, rest me.
Come look, I got it all done and dressed up, and this is very satisfying to say the least. It doesn't even look like it was modified, but if you look here on the back, you can tell where I welded it. But if you flip it on over, it doesn't. So when you dress your welds and take a little time to make it look nice, this is what you get. So now I just need to paint this and put it on the car. Whoo! Let's bolt this engine down. We gotta drive it. I wanna go driving.
With the engine now bolted down, it's time to turn my attention to completing the automatic to manual transmission conversion, which starts with removing the automatic shifter.
Well, we have an unexpected problem. The automatic transmission tunnel is different from the manual because this is where the manual shifter is supposed to come out. And as you can tell, it's blocking bolts right here. So that's a problem. There's not a lot of information out here on these manual conversions on these cars, surprisingly. I guess no one just really tries to do it. But we can easily cut this and make a boot to fit, or we can try to find the piece of this metal that goes in a manual and weld it in or panel bond it in. I'm gonna have to figure this out.
Since I need to do some research and thinking on what to do with the transmission tunnel, I decided to keep moving forward and get the pedals swapped out and check the electrical system to figure out why this 350Z keeps starting itself without the key on.
That unplugs the pedals. This is all aftermarket, so someone has been under here. We're missing screws. Oh yeah, what the heck is this? What is going on? There's a huge box under here. See that? What is this? Valet. All right, yeah, this is some kind of aftermarket security system that we need to get out because it's making the car go haywire. What is this? Some kind of aftermarket grounds right here. Those are gonna go bye-bye. What the heck? Ugh. Blast from the past. This looks nice. That's a great install. Oh boy. I'm glad I cleaned the carpet already. 'Cause we're going under. Well, I don't know if you can see all of this rat's nest. Hey man, I think I jinxed us pretty bad. Got another box. There's some other module under here that does not belong. Like, this has to be a security system. This car's never gonna run again with all these wires. We're gonna drive this car at the end of this episode. Is this like a tracking system on this thing? Like someone was looking for this person. You know what? Bear with me. I have a plan. Okay. There, that's not so bad. This is a fire hazard. All right, gloves are off. What? This is what people do to cars. Oh, the wires are corroding. Look at that. They're like, no one's ever gonna try to fix this car up. Who cares? Just tie the wires together. Don't even use a butt connector. Just twist them together.
First of all, they didn't think you would find it in the woods.
Yeah.
Second of all, the last thing they think you would do would drive it.
Oh, goodness.
I feel like this was somehow harder for the person to wire it this way than to just do it
The right way?
the right way.
Honestly? Now that everything's out of the way, this isn't bad. Like, it looks horrible, but I can just repair all these.
First thing I'm going to do is clean all this green wire corrosion off with electrical parts cleaner, and then I'm going to carefully take the pins out of the connectors so I can slide heat shrink tubing sleeves over the wire to protect the wire, where they previously had stripped the protective sleeving off the cable.
I got that done and I put some cool like split braid wire loom on and some Tessa tape. It's made in Germany. And it's like cloth tape, but yeah, it looks cool. So I'm gonna plug this in and we're going to make sure the starter still engages. I'm gonna grab the key. I'm gonna try to find the key. We'll make sure the starter still turns over before I go any further, and if it does, then we'll tie this up. And then it's on to the clutch and brake pedal. Don't tell Freddie. Sometimes you have to borrow batteries from other cars.
This is not my problem anymore. It's his. But good luck, buddy. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Hopefully we don't fry any cells in it. So if we did this correctly, when I plug the battery in, it's not gonna try to crank up, huh? Okay. All right, so I'm just popping out the fuel pump fuse so the car doesn't start up and run. Also, while we're in here, this is the wire. If you're watching this video because you're doing a manual conversion,
there is a gray wire down here with a red stripe. And if you put power to this, the car will bypass the clutch cancel switch. So a lot of times with manual transmission cars, you have to put in the clutch for it to want to crank up. I don't want it to do that because it puts a lot of pressure on the engine bearings, but it's kind of sketchy. If you're in a parking lot and you have it in gear and you try to start the car, it's going to lunge forward and hit whatever's in front of it, or if it's in reverse behind it. You got to be very careful. There's a reason it exists. I'm going to hook it up just so that no one wrecks this car after I put all this money into it. Okay. Got power. We got gauges. Come on.
Hey!
Yeah, that really wasn't that bad fixing all that wiring. It just looked really bad, but man, let's get these pedals in because we're getting close to being able to put on the core support and be able to drive this thing. So it might not look like it, but we're close. We're close. Alright, so easy. I got the brake pedal out, just the easiest brake pedal removal I've ever done in my life. This is the manual transmission brake pedal and the automatic. You see the pedal, it's way smaller. And this one came with only one sensor, so we need to swap this one in there. So this is for the brake lights. Boom. Oh, yeah. It's easy, just pops in, and as you can see here, when that closes, it hits the switch, but it doesn't because we're missing these guys, which someone already put a piece of plastic. There's supposed to be little rubber stoppers in there, but those actually go bad and they deteriorate and fall apart. So I'm going to kind of do this method here and put a piece of plastic in that's not going to fail and leave your brake lights on all the time, because that's kind of dangerous. So I'm actually going to use the little plastic interior clip. We're simply going to put a little plug in. Oh, it's too big. There we go. Well, now they don't match. Why am I like this? It doesn't matter if they match, but I want them to match. Look. And those will last longer than the little like rubber plugs they normally have. Come on in, guys, and have a look. So this is what we're working with. So that's where I'm gonna drill for this clutch pedal. Here's our clutch pedal, and these are the clutch cancel switches that you need to wire into that power wire that I was talking about. I went ahead and put the brake pedal in, so I'm gonna hang the clutch pedal and make sure it looks right before I start drilling. Got the brake pedal where it goes. Trying to get the clutch pedal where it goes. Get a marker and mark it. Feels so good to lay upside down like that. It's all the blood in your brain. It helps it to work more. Your brain works way more better when it's got all the pressure in it, right? Okay. That really hurts my head. You know, my advice on this, buy one that's already a manual. Let me show you something else we're doing here. Instead of using the factory clutch master cylinder, I want to use a aftermarket Willwood. This is a little kit I got. The bolt pattern's different from factory, so this will go on the firewall under the hood, so that way it'll bolt up. So that hole and that hole line up, and then these will go in those factory holes I just drilled. Okay, so I see now. We need to go ahead and bolt this down, because by our pedal we'll just go.
All right, we got the master cylinder in. It took both of us. I broke my #1 rule. Don't use the cameraman. It's in. I had to loosen the pump so we could get it in. It looks like it'll probably be making contact with it, but I'm gonna wipe all that out. I got it primed, so it's sealed off. All right, the pedals are officially in. I still gotta tighten them down, plug everything up, and clean up all this metal over my fresh new carpet. But the pedals are in. It's just the reverse now. I gotta put all these bolts back in.
I now clean up the interior trim before reinstalling it and make sure everything is nice, tight, and cleaned up under here.
It's always the small things that'll really make you angry. Hey, got it. Hey kids, go to college like I did and you'll, still end up here. Alright, so I'm gonna make my own clutch line. I usually buy pre-made lines from Earl's, but we're out of time. I need to do this quick and I have all of these materials, so I want to show you how you can make your clutch lines and brake lines at home pretty easy. This is 3AN hose. It is a very strong, like AN is military grade, which some of you will argue is not good, but we'll use it here. So check this out. We got our hose, and this is a crimp collar. Normally you have to take these to a hydraulic shop. So you simply slide it on I got really lucky. Normally I battle this forever. There's some really nice air over hydraulic crimpers out there. They're really expensive, but they're totally worth it. This one is not very glorious. Now, I'll put it on the car and run the line up and then mark the line where I need to cut it to crimp the other side. So I got the line hooked up down there, and then I have it up here. I got another 90-degree fitting and crimped it. And it looks like, I think the best way of doing this, I'm gonna run it through this rubber piece right here. It would be nice to like drill and put a grommet somewhere down there to make it a little cleaner. But I think this is the quickest, easiest, and most effective way, and it gets it away from the exhaust. And if I did my measurement correctly, hey, check it out. Look, we fit right up. So now I can just tighten this up in this nice, really tight area, and then we bleed it. So I'm gonna get this button down and we'll start pumping pedals. You have to pump all the air out of the system. Everything is going perfectly to plan here. This isn't my proudest moment, guys.
It's getting an IV right now.
It does.
All right, here we go.
Oh, whoa. I think it's working. I think we're good. We got a little fluid coming through finally.
After researching, I found that the manual transmission tunnel piece we need to weld in is discontinued from Nissan. So I went to my friends at Holley and purchased their lower shift boot that comes with the boot frame to give us a nice tight seal.
All right, I got that bolted down, hammered around, got it fitting flush. So now we put our center console in. Oh, that e-brake's tight. There we go. Yeah, it's very unfortunate that they discontinued that piece, but you know, I feel good with this piece. It's safe, it looks good, and it'll keep dust and hot air from rising up into our interior cabin.
Now that our shifter is situated, it's time to go back under the car and install the transmission crossmember and drive shaft.
This is bonding time right here. So now it's where it needs to be. The shifter needs to be bolted in. Hey, look, there's a bolt up here. Thank God. I want to show y'all something you should know. The Driveshaft, I have some good information for you here if you're doing this conversion. The MT, I went and bought this. That means manual transmission. AT is automatic. So this is the one I took off, and this is the one I just bought. They're identical. So I bought that Driveshaft for no reason. Now you know. Now I have a spare. Oh, hey, I'm so excited about this. So thank you, Boozer at Boozerbuilt, for finding me this lift hiding out in Knoxville, Tennessee. And he brought it down here to me and gave me a killer deal on it. We will never have to roll under this car again.
Well, so much for that.
Come on. Oh man, the car's in gear and the e-brake's on, so I can't spin the wheels to line up these bolts, so I have to climb up above the car. You know what? You gotta put thread lock on these bolts so they don't back out. So I forgot the thread lock, so I'm gonna go back out from under the car and grab it. We should really put the lift up. Thread lock. So as you can tell, I need another 17mm wrench to hold the other side of the bolt because it's just spinning. I have one. It's up there in my toolbox, and we're both under here. Ugh. I'm so stubborn, I will not let this car win.
I think me personally, I think I'm okay with letting it win.
Alright. The good news is, technically, this car could drive down the road right now with, well, never mind. We gotta hook up the exhaust and the radiator and, you know. Dude, I need a lift set up in my shop. Really, really, really bad. Okay, I got a couple threads started. Oh, I need to get this side started. Dude, goodness, you gotta be kidding me. They both need to go on at the same time. I'll have to take this one back off. Let's see. I always find myself in this situation. We should have put it up before we did this.
In hindsight.
Yeah, man, hindsight. And I'm having to clock these studs because there are 3 bolts and they're not lining up. Oh my God, oh my God, I got them. It's officially held in and lined up. Let's get these nuts all tightened up. Probably wondering, why didn't I put a nice aftermarket exhaust on this? Well, now that I finally got the pesky exhaust reinstalled, it's time to do something more fun, which is putting my cool Brid seats back in this 350Z. I'm replacing every cooling hose on this engine because we had a failure. This thing was made in 2003. These rubber hoses are old, so they did a really good job holding up this long, but we're going to upgrade them while we're in here. And I want to show you how we're doing it. Oh, see, look, that hose is already splitting. That's not good. So I have to use a lot of pliers to get to all of these constant tension spring clamps. This is how you do it. You just squeeze them and pull them off. These are really annoying, as you can tell, but they're very effective. And this is a little tool you should probably have in your toolbox. This is a really good tool to get these clamps off in really tight places. I've had to use every plier in my toolbox here. And yeah, you know, this is a nice upgrade. So come on over here. Let me show you what we got cooking.
Look at all these fancy new silicone hoses. This is a better material than the factory rubber, so this is a nice upgrade. These will last even longer than these old rubber hoses. Check it out. This is the part that snapped in half. Whoa! This is made of aluminum, so it's not just gonna break. This is the bleeder valve. It lets steam and air out of your cooling system, so you have to have it. I'm gonna get these hoses on, get these mounts in, and we're moving along.
It's a common upgrade to replace these hoses because the materials technology has come a long way since this car was built in 2003, so I'm constantly finding cool updates and upgrades that many companies provide for this very popular Nissan Z chassis. All of these parts interchange with the Infiniti G35 chassis that uses the same engine, transmission, and suspension components.
Man, we really should have done this with the engine out of the car. This kind of sucks.
Yeah, that could have been easier.
You're not recording this, are you?
No, I just set my phone down.
Oh.
Oh, it is for accidentally hit record.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, edit that out.
Duh.
The last hose is going on. This is the radiator hose, and we are there. This is all silicone cooling hoses now, and even the power steering hoses and the brake booster hose are all upgraded silicone. This is becoming a nice little car. Tokyo Drift, here we come.
Dang it.
Installing the core support and coolers is a big job all on its own, but with the excitement building for our first test drive, we make quick work of this last big step. I turned my attention to the severely bent headlight bracket with a goal of getting it a little more straight to hold onto our headlight better for this upcoming test drive.
You know, we just needed to temporarily hold the headlight till I can find a nice one, but I mean, pretty close. I know I can find a used one somewhere cheap, and it'll be a much nicer repair. I could spend a lot of time on this, but I'm tired. So we'll put this in, and then we got actual Nissan coolant. I believe this blue is what Nissan uses, the blue coolant. But I'm actually just putting full distilled water in here and letting it run so we can flush it out.
I now install my new hood hinges since the old ones were severely bent from the accident it was in.
Yeah, that... I guess when you get in a wreck, it catches the hood so it doesn't fly up. That's why that hook's there. So, I guess it got hit hard enough to drive the hood back. I've had to buy a few parts. We'll do a budget checkup. All right.
Yeah, I mean, this lady, she really took this thing on a joyride.
I think she hit everything except the
road.
Yeah. It'll be a nice car when we're done.
I installed the new hood I bought secondhand off the World Wide Web, and it looks horrible, but it is not dented up and bent like my old hood.
There's no way you can even like see out of this thing. Well, at least this one fits. Our bracket almost lined up. What a turd. It's super glue holding the fender to the headlight. I got this valve open, letting all the steam out. All right, you ready for the first drive?
I guess I have to be.
It actually cranks up so good every time.
Good start. It cranks. It's going out of the driveway. Now we're about to hit the road. My life is completely in this 350Z's hands right now.
Moment of truth. First time I've had this thing on asphalt. You good over there?
My expectations were, it's 1 to dead. I was expecting dead. And we're not dead yet, so.
Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure you're not needed, sure you're
The transmission off Facebook Marketplace works. See, I told you, man, this is a fun sports car, especially for the money. You cannot beat these things. They're so good.
You're not needed, show you the door. What's that here? You're not needed, show you the door. What's that here? Are you sure? Yeah, there's a rental, yeah, but a like
okay, yeah, it's smooth. It's smooth.
It is smooth. I know we can like make it look good. It's just gonna take a little bit of work.
Yeah, because this is a toilet with an engine attached to it right now.
Don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. And then I'm
Hang on, how do I look? If we're running over rocks or if our tires coming apart.
Yeah, it's the gravel. Yeah, we're gonna say that's the gravel. I'm gonna just in my mind say that's the gravel.
Where's the GoPro?
There it is.
We found it! GoPro, it's still recording! It's still recording!
Oh baby, we got some road rash. Oh.
It's alive! Is a GoPro really a GoPro until it hits some pavement? Alright, we're just gonna start recording that.
This has been a lot more work than I anticipated, and this car has really tested my patience, but it's shaping up to be everything I wanted it to be. But there's still room for improvement on the suspension and the body because it looks awful.
In order to make this car look better than it was brand new, I'm gonna have to completely disassemble all the removable body panels, door handles, and trim so that they can be refurbished or replaced, then bodyworked and painted. I have to replace this bent headlight bracket that was damaged in the wreck, but I managed to sneak it in there without removing the whole radiator and core support assembly. I then test fit a used fender that I purchased, and it saved me over $200 compared to buying a new one. It doesn't matter that it's scratched up because it will be getting repainted anyways. Since these used parts worked out very well, I now need to find a used B-pillar trim because this piece of plastic is over $1,200 new from Nissan. And guess what? I found the infamous A-pillar trim locally. I will show you when we went and got this right here. As you can see on my black car, this is broke, and he so happens to have it, as well as complete doors so that I can get the handles out of and all that stuff I need. Dude, thank you so much.
You're welcome, brother. Anytime. On G35.
Oh, yeah. So he's a G guy as well, so this is gonna save us a lot of money.
Only $200.
$200. Like
2 doors, pillar, and the drive shaft.
Yeah, thank you again,
welcome,
sir.
brother.
Yeah, there's...
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna
Don't
find right in
forget
your
to
backyard.
subscribe to his channel, though. He's a really good guy.
Oh yeah, thank you,
You're
thank
welcome,
you.
brother.
Thanks everyone. Now that I've secured all the expensive body panels for an amazing deal thanks to Sammy, I can now sleep well at night knowing I didn't spend a mortgage payment on a piece of plastic trim. So I now get back to removing more trim and lights so that we don't have paint overspray and tape lines all around these pieces. The goal is to make the paint look better than it was when it was new, so we are taking all the steps that a professional restoration shop would take, but you know, we can pretend we're professionals here today. Is there a way to open the hatch without a key fob? Because I keep having to use this little emergency lever. I keep having to like pull this with a coat hanger. It's really annoying. I don't see a way. Oh, there's a button. There's a button under the rear bumper. Okay, yeah. This is the last piece of trim I am having a really hard time getting off. And it is hard as a rock, and I'm worried it's gonna break our back glass. So I got the steam cleaner out. I'm gonna try to like heat it up and turn it more into a rubbery substance. I just don't want to break this glass. It's softer. Let's keep going, baby. I get this fender roughly where I want it before removing it from the car, but we will finish this repair later on off the car. Let's look at this bumper I got. And you might be wondering why it looks worse than the bumper that was on the car. Yes, it does. But the one that was on the car had these very important mounting flanges ripped off. And this thing looks like it went through the Alabama mud bog. Like pretty much everything on this 350Z, the bumper needs to be stripped down so I can repair the damage. So I still have a couple of low spots here in the bumper, so I'm gonna heat it up from behind and push these out, and we'll sand it flat. We did the same thing with the LS400. Let's get to it. So I just got a screwdriver and you can see the bumper move coming on up like that. Same right here. You see where my flat sandpaper was not making contact, and now when I sand it, it should make contact with this. Plastic does have a very good memory to it. This feels a lot better now. I think we're good. Let's find out. That never gets old. That is so cool. Yes. That's such an obvious spot too on the bumper, so we needed that to look clean. I got the hood stripped. That took a lot longer than I thought, but I got all the bad spots out of it. Borderline had to strip the whole hood down to bare metal, but this is where we're at. It's beautiful. There's no dings in it, surprisingly. For stripping down paint, I usually start with 80 grit, then I step up to 180 grit, so that way I have a nice etched surface to apply body filler or primer to. To feather it out, make it look like that, because if it's a circle you'll see these rings after I paint it, especially with the darker colors. So we'll take this, and you actually don't push down really hard, and you'll see it grows out in feathers as I sand. Look at this. Remember, the hood came up and just destroyed this. But now, I think we are good. And we'll barely have to skim this with body filler. Woo woo! Yes! Now that our fenders are stripped down and the rips in the metal are welded up, it's time to wash the car again. Since all of the trim panels are now removed, it has revealed 22 years worth of gunk that was hiding underneath. With the whole front end stripped down, it's now time to move on to the unibody itself and really dig into this roof and see just how bad it is.
Almost got this whole half of the roof stripped, and it's a good thing I am, because look at all these rust spots. It takes a strong man to admit when he's wrong. I am a strong man.
Thought you were gonna say I was the one that needed to admit when I was wrong.
Well,
it's worth more than $500. All right.
Look,
it shows some promise.
all that pitting and the clear coat and base coat, I believe, wet moisture under the paint and is rusting it under here. And you know, when you see all these little rust spots, they're gonna come back if we put paint on top of it. So I'm having to strip the whole roof.
Good news is you know how to do it.
I've had a bit of practice on stripping cars down to the metal.
It's either time or money, or both in this case.
This is both.
If you take the accounting part out, this is a lot of promise.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
Did he block me?
I don't know, dude. It's funny.
Oh.
What's going on, dude?
Hey, man. It's Michael from Elsie's World. Hey, you're on...
Never heard of him, but go ahead.
Neither is anyone else. So, I sanded down the roof of the 350Z down to bare metal. There's little spots of rust everywhere.
Ooh. So that's nice. That's good stuff.
What should I do to be sure these don't, like, come up through the paint?
Okay, so I had the exact same problem on the Evo, and it was right on the window area. And I was ready to prime the car, but unfortunately, like when I found it, it was like the day that I was gonna prime the car. So what I did was I treated it with OSPO, which is like basically like an acid, and it converts the rusted metal. And I have never had an issue with it yet. We're going on 2 years now with that car painted.
I got some.
So it's oh sweet.
Well, dude, I appreciate.
Yes. Like, share, and subscribe to Jack Builds It. The best channel in the world, and we'll see you guys when you go over there and leave a comment.
Okay, go check out Jack Builds It. Is your Supra done yet?
Hey man, we were all being positive and good, and then now you just go ahead and just bring up stuff like that here. Okay, whatever, dude.
Sweet dreams.
All right, talk to you later, dude.
All right, dude. See you, man. Bye.
Bye.
I used this same rust converter to clean out the fuel tank in my Lexus SC400 in a prior episode, so thankfully I had some to apply to the roof, and I let it sit for 24 hours, and it looks like it's working great. This car has ended up being way more in-depth than I thought it would be, but I want it to look good, and we are way too far into this to turn back now.
No! I knew I was forgetting something. Yes! Oh my gosh. It's a little worse than I thought. Thankfully, I got this. All right, let's start moving some metal around.
You may have seen me use this tool on the channel before, but it very lightly welds a stud to the metal so that the dent can be pulled out. Since I can't access the dent from the backside, this machine really ends up saving the day, so thanks again to Jack for giving me this toy. So now that all the metal work is done, it is time to get dusty and lay out some body filler over all these metal repairs that I made, just to get everything slicked out properly. This black powdery stuff is called guide coat. I lay it down on the body filler, then sand it down. It gives me a good visual reference to see any low spots or pinholes I may have missed while sanding. Our door, I believe, is good. It feels pretty good, but you can see there's still high spots where the metal's poking through. I don't think they're gonna show up. I am not a professional, but I do believe this is gonna be okay. So I'm heavily convinced the hood did fly up and smack the roof. So I got this dent pulled up with the maxi, and I took some 80 grit on a flat block here to find low spots because it does not feel right. You see where all our sand scratches are here and here, and nothing in the center. That means this is low. I can feel it. So there's a dent. It seems this car has a never-ending stream of dents and dings that I keep on discovering every time I work on it. This is an extremely time-consuming process, but it's actually kind of fun moving the metal around and smoothing it out with a body filler. It's oddly satisfying. This is how you know how bad this whole car was. It looked like a bunch of acorns or something had been hitting it, maybe even chestnuts. What'd the doctor say to the chestnut?
I don't know, cough.
You have a broken collarbone. I found yet another small dent. Anywhere it's shiny is where my sandpaper is not making contact with the paint, which means it's lower than all the metal surrounding it. For small ones like this that I can't access from behind, I'll use body filler. And first, I'll sand the shiny coat off it with 180 grit sandpaper so it has a coarse surface for the body filler to hold on to. Then I'll mix the body filler up with hardener. Just a simple line of hardener over the top of the body filler, mix it up, and wipe it on as smooth as possible. It takes a lot of practice, but the smoother it's applied, the less sanding you have to do. And there you have it. That's how you fix a dent or ding with body filler. Since the car will be lower down, I doubt I'll be able to run fender liners, so to prevent rock chips from creating reverse dents in my fenders, I coat the backside of them with a protective truck bed liner. Then I move on to sanding down the side skirts. Alright, I'm using the PPG epoxy primer. It is JP375 and it's a 2-to-1 mix ratio with their epoxy hardener. Don't want to cheap out on the epoxy because that is what's sealing in the steel. And I don't have a drying system, so I have this dryer. This takes the moisture out of the lines so that there's not water getting in. I've watched Jay do this 1,000 times, and Eddie. New gun, new parts, new lids. I'm 99.99% sure that this paint shaker needs to be bolted to the ground. I'm going to clamp this sucker down real good to my trailer. I let the primer shake for 15 minutes, then I mix it up, clean my panels, and it's finally time to start spraying material. I usually have Jay here with me and I ask him questions the whole time, but he's not here, so I'm having to carefully follow the directions from PPG and try to remember all the advice he's told me. They say spraying primer is a great way to learn how to spray base coat and clear coat. I've watched so many people paint and so many videos on the internet, but I definitely don't have those movements down like all those real painters do, but the only way I'm going to get there is to practice. We still got to prime
the roof.
We ended up having yet another setback. After letting the primer cure, I could see the roof still didn't look right and it did not feel right either, so I blocked it down again. Well, this feels great like this on the roof, but if you go right here, it does not. This is still high and this is still high, which means this spot of filler is low, which means I have to redo this whole thing. I removed the headliner and pushed the roof up a little bit more with my body hammer. Then I had to strip all the body filler off that I had previously laid out since it cracked during this process. Then I mixed and laid on new body filler yet again. Sand it down once again and it finally feels just right. So now I can move on to the hood. So I had the hood ready for polyester primer and I was trying to move it and I dropped it. Well, that wasn't too bad. Just need to sand it down, smooth it out, and I think we're okay here. I got my paint wall set up. I think we're good to go. This is the same stuff we used on the Million Mile Lexus. Beautiful paint. I'm nervous, but Mama didn't raise no fool. I am just going to paint this hood first and see how it turns out before I paint everything else. Everything's gonna be fine. The temperature is perfect. It's almost 70 degrees. And we got some kind of air show going on overhead. Go get them, boys! The color of the Z is straight black. There's no metallic, no pearl. I don't know what I'm doing, but this is called Product Description Sheets, or PDS. These are the instruction manuals for each product. The process I'm doing here is spraying epoxy primer only on the bare metal, then I lay down the sealer, followed by base coat, and then clear coat. This is the OEM color of this 350Z. It's straight black, so there are no crazy extra steps that would have to take here like when we spray pearl or candy colors. I wanted to keep my first paint job simple and see how this goes. Another plus side to having a very simple and straight color is with straight black paint, we can repaint panels by themselves without having to blend the paint so it matches on the adjacent panels. If I mess something up, it should be a lot easier to fix versus if it was a pearl or candy paint. All right, the hood's painted. It looks like it was painted outside. Man, like, okay, so it looks really good in certain angles. Like, see, look, it looks so good right here. But then look at all the texture over here. I'm gonna let it cure before I figure out if I made a huge mistake or not. After letting the paint cure for a couple days, the texture is still not gone away. This rebuild has had some very high points and some very low moments like this one, and I'm feeling very bummed out for even attempting to paint this car by myself, and I'm hoping I can find a way to save this hood without having to repaint it. I've never done a paint correction, cut, and buff before, so I make some calls to try to find some help.
What do you think you did wrong?
I think it was the air pressure going up and down on my gun. So it'd go up to like 36 PSI and then it'd go back down to like 24. All right, I just loaded up the hood in my truck and we're gonna take it to my house because I have someone who claims they can salvage the hood. They can cut, buff, polish it out and make it look beautiful. So I wanna learn how. He's also gonna teach me and I'm gonna teach him bodywork in exchange. So let's get to it.
We're gonna hard block it with 1500 grit and then soft block it from there and buff it out. I think it'll be pretty easy to save, but we'll see if I'm wrong. I might be, who knows. So this is my favorite block. It's hard acrylic on one side, soft foam on the other. And what's gonna happen is I take 1500 grit sandpaper, wrap it around the block, basically take clear coat off until there's no more orange peel here.
This is awesome. I really appreciate you helping me out for real.
I'm happy to do it.
Honestly, dude, that already looks pretty slick.
So first thing we'll notice is this is just first pass, and this is me wrapping paper around the acrylic side. So you're gonna see a lot of like little dots and spots and stuff that come through that the sandpaper obviously hasn't touched. And those are our valleys. And the flatter areas that are more consistently sanded, that's peaks that have gone down.
This is a very visual process here. This is kind of cool to watch.
Right now I'm using 1500 grit, and when I switch to 2000 grit, you see all my scratches are running this way.
Yep.
When I switch to 2000, I'm gonna start going this way, and it's gonna cross cut against this layer of sand scratches, and it's gonna give it a better cut.
This is very similar to doing body work. You're gonna pick up body work like really, really, really fast. As Nathan wet sands the hood, Will and I diligently watch him precisely sand this thing down, working his way from 1500 grit to 2000 and finishing it off with 3000 grit sandpaper, and that has left us with this nice smooth surface that you see here. That looks like lamb fur.
That's exactly what it is. It's lamb's wool. And this is heavy cut compound, and we're about to see if I've up or not.
Okay, all right. Edit that one out.
It's one or the other.
I knew you could do it. I was just pretending you couldn't, you know, just to. You know,
Fake it till you make it, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude.
That's all I do.
I told you he could do it.
I mean, I totally believed you, but that fast. Okay, I guess it helped that it was PPG clear coat.
PPG is pretty easy to deal with. It dries pretty quick. It hardens really nicely. The sandpaper bites into it well. PPG is by far my favorite, and you know, if it wasn't good, people wouldn't use it.
I know you just hit this real quick too, but that is crazy.
And that is very hazy compared to how it's gonna finish out in the end.
All right, this man means business.
Rotaries leave trails, or hologramming. You can kind of see all those little guys. That's why you can finish with a rotary, but most people don't. But a DA is far more efficient at achieving a finish that is good. A rotary is very, very efficient at cutting.
I mean, yeah, that's literally like bed coating over here. SEMA show ready there. We're just hanging out in my driveway. Just some boys.
This is a microfiber pad. It's got a shorter nap to it, and it's a little bit softer of a material physically than the lamb's wool is. So it's gonna cut through some of the marring we left behind with the wool pad and the heavy cut. I've switched to a lighter cut compound. It's still a compound, it's not a finishing polish. But really all I'm looking to do is work my heavy rotary marring out right now before I move to the DA. That way I can run the DA at a lower speed and introduce less heat into the panel. So we do the lamb's wool heavy cut, and then we just finish down rotary with a microfiber, still on the rotary. Now we're switching to an orange foam pad, which is a medium stiffness foam pad, and we're gonna get rid of our rotary holograms.
It just keeps getting better and better.
So we're gonna go with a very soft black foam pad.
Yeah.
It's the softest you can get besides a red, and give it a nice good final polish pass, and that'll be the level of gloss that we're at.
Okay, how did you get this far at 21 years old? At 21 years old, I was still, you know, struggling.
I tripped and fell into a situation with a good buddy of mine, and it worked out well.
I would say
That's about
so.
the best way I can put it.
Did you go to school for this?
No. I bought a chemical guy's buffer when I was 17 because I wanted to buff my own truck and fell down a rabbit hole.
Yep, that's a finished product.
I don't know, man. Can you make it more? No, I'm kidding, dude. That looks great.
Throw a ceramic coating on it, see what happens.
Oh, it's getting ceramic coated. There's quite a difference. You make me look like a real automotive painter.
That's professional work, man. Hey, now we're talking.
I'm so amped up right now, boys.
It's gonna be a good looking car.
After getting my first lesson, I now jump on with Will and we start wet sanding and polishing while Nathan helps me get into a good rhythm and hits me with a ton of tips and advice as we go. As you can tell, my vibe has drastically improved now thanks to these guys. Mom, what's he doing?
Coca-Cola, man. Don't feel carrot.
Put your trust in me. Coast to coast from JFK to Tuscany. Doing AMAs with all y'all, see what's up with me. I'm my dolo on the daily, but tonight I need some company. Come and link me. I don't care what I might open on your link tree. Clearing out your history. Ain't got no label now officially. In more ways than one, I'm independent limousine riding.
Oh my gosh. And to think this thing had a custom golf ball finish before. It had more craters than Mars. I didn't think it was possible. Like, I knew it could be done, but not to this level. How about that? It's been chaos. We're back at the shop finally. Dude, this hood.
It's good.
All right, you did it, man. You did it. It is time for Avalon King ceramic coat. Will that make it even more shiny?
Yes, theoretically, it should.
I always use Avalon King ceramic coating here in the shop, and I'm going to watch Nathan's technique on how he applies it versus how I do, since he has more experience with it than me. If you're not familiar with ceramic coating, it is way better than wax and offers much more protection. It encapsulates the paint, and I have a link in the description if you would like to protect your car with Avalon King, and by ordering you are helping to support this channel and a great company. I want to give a huge thanks to Nathan, Will, and Justin for helping me with this hood. Nathan is a true master of his craft. It's time to put some primer on here, and then we can finally paint the rest of the car. Let's get to it. All right, it is time to load up the car and all the parts finally and go to solvent division so we can paint this thing in a paint booth and hopefully get a much cleaner paint job this time so we don't have to wet sand and buff a lot. We're gonna guide coat and make sure I get every little imperfection out so it doesn't show up in the final paint job. After guide coating to get more sanding scratches out that I missed, I finally had Jay's approval to start laying down more primer and sealer. He caught a lot of spots that I had missed, and we also think that part of my issue with all the texture on the hood is because I did not flat block the primer and sealer. So now I go ahead and do that to give us the best chance for the flattest possible paint job. I have a lot more to learn and foresee a lot more practice here in my future. Alright, now that the quarters are primed, the quarter glass can be cut out, and we finally caught Dave from Dave's Auto Glass with his offspring, aka free labor. And how do you do that without breaking it?
Use a rubber hammer.
Oh, it's heating it up. I see it smoking.
Yeah. What this thing does is an electromagnetic current, and it heats up the metal to the point that the glue melts loose.
He's a good man.
Yeah. Refrain.
Great guy. I saw him.
To edit.
Oh my God, there it goes.
There it is.
That is nice. And we didn't, like, I thought all the seal was gonna get chewed up.
What,
Thanks, man.
You want to try the other side?
I mean, yeah, sure, why not? And what's the worst that could happen? After months of hard work, it is finally time to paint this Nissan 350Z. All right, I'm about to spray. So we have a game plan.
If I drop the bag, he's gonna film, I'm gonna spray this time. And if I mess up, he's just gonna take the gun. Take the gun away.
I learned so much in a short amount of time. Even after working on cars for many years and occasionally painting a part here and there, this car was a whole other animal with all the damage and it being an all-over paint job. This rebuild has pushed me well past my limits, but I was able to do a lot on my own, and I did have to have Jay step in afterwards and really help slick out this clear coat so I don't have to spend the next few months wet sanding.
All right, as it is the next morning, and it looks good in here. I am very happy with this. Way less texture than before. Look at this. These turned out so nice. Oh, and we can still slick it out even more. Oh, that laid out nice over the weekend. There's like barely any texture in this. All right, it's loaded up on the trailer. We still gotta finish stuff. Jay, I know I didn't do a great job, but how'd I do?
Yeah, it's all right. Tried some new stuff. Made a lot of mistakes, but it's all good. But it's all good. Everything can be fixed, so we good.
Yeah, there's a few dings I missed. Spraying the paint is really hard. Really tedious. You have to hold the gun just right or it'll dry spray and create all that texture that I did on the hood. So, dude, you saved the paint job because...
I don't know. It's a lot better than it was when we started, but...
It is definitely better. I feel like I'm getting better.
The paint is the last of it, you know? Everything else leading up to it is what counts.
Right. But thanks to you, you were able to go back behind my coats of base and clear and slick them out a little bit, because...
A lot of material.
There's plenty to buff in case I screwed it up, but dude, it looks so wild seeing a Z that shiny. One color, very shiny. I'm pumped, full of stoke. This is beautiful. I love it. We got to put it back together, and there's a few more goodies going on this car.
Our first order of business is to do what is called a color sand and buff. This is not necessary, but if you want your paint to look like a mirror, it is a must-do task. We first cut out all the small pieces of debris in the clear coat with a special blade before we begin wet sanding. There are many different methods for doing this, but I go with what Nathan recommends because he's been teaching me the whole process and proved himself to me on the hood of this 350Z that he knows what he's doing. The first thing I learned is it is critical to have the best sanding blocks on the market to get the panels as flat as possible.
So these are made by Jason Kilmer, and he custom makes them.
These are by far the best blocks on the market that professionals like Nate use every single day. I have a link in the description where you can message Jason Kilmer on Instagram to order these sanding blocks for yourself and help support small businesses.
All right, where are we at right now?
So that side's 2K'd out. This side is 1500 hard blocked. Right now I'm doing the 1500 soft block pass just to kind of smooth it out the rest of the way. And then I'll refine this side out to 2K. And then I'm gonna turn you loose on the 3, the 5, and the 8000.
Oh, baby, we're going all the way to 8,000.
Yeah, might be going a little over the top, but God, it's gonna make buffing so much easier from 8,000 versus what you saw on the hood, which is 3,000.
I carefully watch Nathan and take more notes since I'll be sanding shortly, but first I'm going to go ahead and install our new adjustable shocks because I have a feeling these old ones are worn out like everything else on this car was.
So close. You want to go to the parts store next door and get some control arms with me?
Absolutely.
Let's go. Troop, we'll be right back.
Free shot.
My buddy had these off his car, so now we're gonna put them on my car, and the bushings look good. Told you there were parts over here.
Absolutely. The roll done.
Oh man, you're on the move over here while I'm getting these coilovers on.
Yeah, the quarters are going nice and quick.
They are.
Yeah.
So that's 1,500 scratches. I know them when I see them.
That's right. Hey, this office chair really helps with productivity.
Good. I thought it'd do the opposite. You know what hurts my soul a little bit? Mainly my credit card. All that sandpaper. But it's worth it.
It's important stuff, though.
It is important. This is worth it. All right.
100% worth it. We're in it to win it now, boss.
Yeah, we are. Let's get these coilovers and used control arms. I get a lot of used parts around here.
What are not used are these brand new adjustable coilover shocks. These look way better than the factory shocks and will allow us to lower the car for a better look and lower the center of gravity to make it handle even better than it does from the factory.
No good. And we're putting the spring on the strut and taking the shock out, and we're getting rid of this spring, so it's a true rear coilover. Some people say that's not good because this is reinforced, and they say that's not strong enough and it'll crack it, but this is a Nissan. The metal's not gonna crack up here. It's plenty of strong. It's gonna be just fine.
have them lemon pepper steppers.
Look at all that. Look at all that peel.
I just want to see it going.
All right, the new shocks are on. This is the rear shock. Look at that. That thing's blown.
Next up, I am replacing the headlights with aftermarket units since our left headlight housing was busted open from the wreck it was in. I also got new HID bulbs and ballast to go with them.
I got the headlights in and I got the front end looking better, but you made the car look worse.
What can I say? I do my best.
You know what they said back in the Roman Empire? It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Something like that.
After messing with Nathan, I continue installing parts with the front bumper and all new zinc coated bolts, and this is really starting to look like my Tokyo Drift dream car now.
So we don't have a buffer down here. There's no buffer.
I left mine at home.
Yeah, and I don't own one. So we just did 3,000, 5,000, 8,000, and then Woolsmith polish. And look at that. You don't have to have a buffer to restore plastic.
No, you do not.
Just 8,000 grit sandpaper.
I mean, I only learned this today.
I finished polishing out the other lens for the rear bumper so I can mount it on the car and start helping out with all the wet sanding. The car looks really bad after all this sanding, but I'm putting all my trust in the buffing and polishing process to bring this PPG paint back to life.
So we'll start lamb's wool, microfiber, and then two different polish
Yeah,
pads.
then orange foam, then black foam.
Hey, wink at the camera. It's 4 in the morning and look at this. Wow.
I'm tired.
This has been many late nights, but I really appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, sweetheart.
Yeah. All right, it is fully polished and cleaned up very well. It's magnificent. This is amazing. So I need to get the rest of the trim pieces on and panels and whatnot and handles. So let's get on that. And then we're gonna get this outside and see how it really looks.
One of the most annoying things about this car is the doors do not stay open, so I am now installing brand new check straps to fix this problem.
This is the door handle that was in the Z. It was sticking out because that is broken. I just got this one out of the parts door that I bought. So this one is actually in really nice shape. So we'll clean it up and install that.
I saved so much money on this rebuild by finding used parts on Marketplace and eBay to where I am still in this car way less money than buying a super nice one. It has been a lot more work than I expected, but going the extra mile is starting to really feel worth it. For example, de-pinning the wiring in these mirrors and taking them totally apart added a ton of time to the rebuild, but the results of having nicely painted mirrors now without tape lines all over them was totally worth it.
Yeah! It's alive and on the ground. We gotta set the ride height. Oh my God, this car is unbelievable. Look at this. We did it again. I still gotta put a few more trim pieces on. This is stunning. So as you can tell, we got the Advan wheels on the right side. And we got these moth wheels on the left side. I'll tell you the story on these next video, but vote below which ones you like better, the moth or the Advan wheels. They are both so gangster. All right, so I have an expert here. You've bought two 350Zs in the past 2 weeks.
Yes.
So you're pretty nailed down on the market of these, and you've kind of messed with this thing a lot. What number do you put on this? So whichever wheels it comes on, it'll have a nice set of wheels. What's the value of this thing?
We're going 16,000.
16 grand.
Yep.
Woo! All right, I think we're in at like $88 or $8,500. That would be a pretty healthy profit. You know, it'll be better on the next one since I put a lot of time in it.
It's slick.
So the taillights and the antenna and the moth wheels came from another car that you'll see it here soon. So I'm gonna see how Nathan does his ceramic coating compared to how I do mine before we take this on the road. And this hood we painted way before the car, so it has been over 3 months since it has been painted, which is painful. This has taken a long time, but we're about to ceramic coat it with Avalon King. They are fantastic and they support the channel.
If you are new to ceramic coating like myself and wondering why car enthusiasts across the world swear by it, well, it's because ceramic coating creates a chemical covalent bond with the paint, meaning it integrates into the paint surface rather than just sitting on top. It can last an extremely long time and it repels water, prevents contaminants from sticking to the paint, and even enhances the gloss and depth of the paint, making it look even more shiny and cleaner than it actually is. It's a win-win for everybody.
But we still got to do the rest of the car, but we need to put it on some proper lights and let it gas out before we coat the rest. But it is very thoroughly protected, which only means one thing. It's time for roller shots.
This has been one of the wildest transformations I've completed, and I'm so thankful to be able to do this with you all. And I have the best friends I could ask for who have stood beside me on this YouTube journey rebuilding all these cars. I'm truly living my dream and doing what I love, fixing up all these junk cars. Speaking of which, the only thing that was in this 350Z's future was a crusher or a junkyard. But we were able to complete a rags to riches rebuild and turn this pile of garbage that wildlife used to call home back into the desirable tuner car that it deserves to be. Unfortunately, our celebration was about to come to a tragic end.
Go right. Oh, bad.
I think we broke it. It was done. Now it's...
After the car started making a devastating and less than ideal sound that sounded like the rods knocking, I decided it was time to get back to the shop as fast as possible, but we didn't quite make it.
I think that's all she wrote, buddy.
Crap.
Oh, that's not good.
I told you I heard something.
That sounded fine. Oh.
Well,
it sounds like something's bubbling and there's a whole lot of smoke.
I think it locked up. This is the worst possible spot we could have broke down. Thank God we just
It broke down in a puddle.
Oh yeah, there's a rainbow of oil under the car.
Sweet.
Yeah.
She would be toasted.
It's smoking in here.
There's the oil. Found it.
Found the oil on the ground. What'd you think about the car?
Oh, it was great.
They make good
Great.
power.
Fantastic.
And
Super fun car, man.
Really strong, reliable 3.5 liter VQ engine.
Oil pressure light never kicked on, nothing?
No.
Okay.
Ow. My thighs hurt.
Oh, there we go.
See a little tight?
I just made the bolt about a half turn tighter.
I'd say it's locked up.
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
It's done.
What? That ain't good. That ain't so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our first step is to drain all the fluids, and I notice the oil looks like it has some glitter in it, which is most likely metal shavings. I then start removing things like the driveshaft, exhaust, and the entire front end has to come off in order to remove the engine and transmission. Now, I recently just had the engine out, so I'm actually getting pretty fast at this.
We're almost there. Vamos! We did it!
There are so many moving pieces inside a 4-cam V6 engine, so there is no telling what could have gone wrong, but hopefully it's something simple that we can quickly repair.
Well, our cylinder heads and cams actually look really good.
With the top end appearing to be in good condition, I'm starting to hope that it is just a simple issue like the timing chain just broke a tensioner, so I'm crossing my fingers that this could be an easy fix.
Well, our bell housing is full of engine oil.
It seemed like a mixture of transmission fluid and engine oil accumulating in the bell housing and soaking down my brand new clutch that we just installed, so I continued pressing forward with the disassembly since I still have no answers.
Well, I went home and got my engine stand so we don't have to work on the floor, and the boys are here while I'm doing the engine. How about you boys put all this weather strip in and these last few trim pieces?
Yes.
You down?
Yeah, let's do it.
We just need to get it off the lifts because it's some very tedious weather strip, but Will is actually really good at it because he used to do a lot of glass work actually.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna let it down.
We blew a breaker. Breaker's fine. Are y'all messing with me?
Dude, is it plugged up? Yeah, it's plugged
Yeah,
up.
it's plugged in. It just worked.
They say that bad things come in pairs. Well, I think that's what they say. First my engine blew up, and now my lift just ducked out faster than that guy did at the Limp Bizkit concert.
I mean, I'll throw something at it. I feel like it right now. Broken car, broken lift. So that's
what it's supposed to be.
This is a bummer. Anyways, we'll be right back on that. I guess we'll have to get this car off somehow.
Do we have a good jack?
Yes.
No, jack's broken.
Everything's fine.
We did manage to get the car off the locks, and after a lot of stressing over our distressed lift that no longer does any lifting, I was rescued by some amazing people. Here comes our new lift, The brand is Wise, and it was provided by Built Hard. They shipped it over to me so fast, and I will be forever grateful to them to have them help me out of this pickle.
All right, down. Hey, look at that.
You can read a tape measure.
Sometimes. You guys are awesome, for real. I appreciate you.
Oh,
and you know what?
Walmart.
Morgan Walmart.
Can't forget him.
Z's back on the rack. What you think, Justin?
Definitely better than it was before.
It is definitely better. Let's go. Hey! That's nice and smooth. Just like Gary Coleman. So I got some energy suspension front bushings for our control arms if you feel like doing that. And we even got some new front tie rods. So we went ahead and we're just digging deeper while we're in here. So Justin's about to install these guys. And I am going to finish this engine.
With our fancy new lift operational, we can now get back to business and dig deeper into this VQ35DE engine. I don't see anything wrong with the timing chain, which means the last thing we need to check is the rod and main bearings.
So I'm pulling apart the caps. Look at all that metal in there. Ooh, that's not good. All the oil journals appear to be full of metal. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Well, there's our problem. Something destroyed these rod bearings. Wait a second. There's no rod bearing here. There's supposed to be a rod bearing, and there's not.
The reason these bearings exist and oil is needed inside these engines is because the rod needs to spin on the crankshaft with a very specific type of metal that these bearings are made of. Without them, the friction is so hard it will prevent the engine from rotating, which means we found the cause of why this engine is no longer spinning over and locked up on us.
Ooh. Keep going. The engine flipped back over, and we know this car sat a while, and this is a dead giveaway, seeing these little corrosion spots on the cam. I don't think it's hurting anything. I don't even feel it. This might be rebuildable, but judging how bad the oil was, I went ahead and pulled all the cam cap bolts. So let's see what these look like under here, because like I said, the oil was extremely contaminated with metal shavings. So let's see what our mating surfaces look like. Got a little bit of wear marks in it, but actually looks pretty good. Oh, that's not what you want to see, and that's catching my fingernail. That's what I was worried about. Oh, yeah. Man, look at that. All the rust. Maybe this car sat longer than I thought, because there's a lot of corrosion on the cam lobes, and these are just eaten up. We need a new engine. This one is, I don't even know how you properly repair this. So we're gonna find a new engine. Things are getting better because a subscriber reached out. Thank you all for watching, viewers like you, and thank you all for saving me multiple times. He sold me this engine for $400.
The person who sold me this engine wished to remain anonymous, but you know who you are and how happy this makes me.
Seriously, thank you all so much. Because of this, the Z project will live on.
This engine is a remanufactured crate engine from ATK, and they cost $4,600, so this is like winning the lottery for me. It's so wild to see a VQ engine that is this clean, but as you see, these engines do not come ready to drop in, so I need to swap a lot of my old parts onto the new engine, and well, the problem is it's so clean I can't just put dirty old parts on it, so I have to clean and paint all my old parts before bolting them up to our new engine. And while we're in here, we're also gonna put in all new gaskets and seals everywhere we can. I just can't stop staring at how beautiful this is and how this one piece really turned this whole project around. Now the clean engine bay will match how clean and shiny the outside of the car is, but I'm having to spend a lot of time and be very thorough cleaning all these parts before installing them on the new engine, since there were chunks of metal all inside the old engine. I believe it blocked a lot of oil passages and overpressurized the crankcase, causing oil to push out the front and rear main seals.
There was a bunch of oil in the bell housing, so...
Found the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Input shaft seal is about done for there, guys.
So it was transmission fluid and engine oil pouring into the bell housing. That was great for our clutch. So
Clutches love gear oil. That's what you put in manual transmissions.
All right.
Yeah.
So our parts have arrived. We have the front cover gasket, seal, even got these new crush washers. We don't want this thing leaking, so it's time to get all this in. Let's do it. Still got a lot of cleaning up to do.
One of the many great things about the Nissan 350Z is parts are readily available here in the United States, so we were able to get the new seal and gasket for the transmission rather quickly.
So something Nathan caught, these have sealer on them, and you can see down in there, a sealing transmission fluid in, so you gotta put sealer on these to make sure it doesn't leak.
After a deep cleaning on the clutch and flywheel, I can reinstall them, and a little trick I learned on these engines from my friend Tavares is cleaning the mating surface where the transmission touches the engine block so that the transmission can properly ground and the crank angle sensor can actually do its job. Without doing this, many people have had issues getting the car to start. And just like that, this engine is ready to go back in. After my trip down to the occasional sunshiny state of Florida, I came back eager to hear this new engine sing.
Almost. I feel like we can have this running today, so let's keep this energy flowing. Let's go.
We let the engine spin over for a while with no spark plugs, so that way the engine will pre-lubricate itself and fill it up with oil before the first start. This is very important since there's currently no oil in all the small orifices of the engine.
The moment of truth. Everything is hooked up. motion.
Go!
Dude!
None whatsoever. That was first startup.
He stared at the key. Wham!
Yeah, I looked at the key longer than it took to start up.
Dude, I was like, let me make sure there's no fuel leak. Wham! Dude, it didn't even, not even like the second turn. Woo! Bro!
It works.
It didn't smoke. It smells good. Smells like it's burning in a good way. Yo, that sounded like it had a little bit of meat to it.
It's definitely healthy.
We always test fire them before we put everything back on the car. So now it is time to build the front end and cooling system. I feel good, man.
Most definitely.
I mean, we have a working lift and a working engine just like that.
I can say they both went out on the same day almost.
All right, and we're gonna test drive again. Very carefully. We have to break this engine in. So, yeah.
No burnouts this time.
No burnouts on the first test drive.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe on the second test.
Now that we know the engine runs, I can proceed with reinstalling the rest of the parts with all fresh fluids. I also took this opportunity to replace some old exhaust pipes that were beat up and quite the eyesore.
Now that I've got the hang of these 350Zs, it's time to move on to a whole completely different car. Oh my god, it's almost done. Yeah! Check this out, we even put the OEM engine cover on. New air filters on the way. Bleeding coolant. We already did the vacuum bleeder. So now we're gonna crank it up and let it run. Hopefully it's happy.
It sounds so good.
Dude, this is so quiet.
I've never heard of EQ this nice.
Oh my god, it's just buttery smooth. Dude, this is great. It's so quiet. So smooth. Look at that idle. Oh, here's a little bit of chatter from the clutch disc, and yeah, man.
It's finally time to go on a test drive.
No more knocky. It's working. It's quiet, very quiet. I'll take it. We can't beat on it. We got to break the engine in, change the oil, and yeah, you know, we'll make sure everything's good.
No burnouts this time.
No burnouts. We'll put a few miles on it, change the oil and oil filter, and just check everything over. But man, it feels really good. I'm happy.
It drives really well.
If you're injured in an accident, contact Norris Injury Attorneys. Stephen Norris is the best attorney I know, and a personal friend of mine who's willing to sit in a 350Z with me for 1,500 miles. So, he's a solid guy in my book.
After an amazing first test drive, I dropped the car off with Will and Nathan so they can give the car a proper detailed job, and they did an absolutely phenomenal job like they always do. Thank you again, boys. It looks stunning.
This is just so satisfying seeing this car finally done after all we've been through. I think I achieved that OEM Plus style build I was looking for. This is so satisfying.
Thank you all so much for watching. This has truly been an amazing experience going down this wild adventure of bringing this car back to life, and I hope you all enjoyed it as well.